Okay, folks, here we go. As I'm adjusting my headsets, Spreaker decided it was not going to be polite tonight, so I'm going to have to fix Spreaker real quick while we do this. But that's all right. That's all right. It's one of those things. There we go. Now I can hear it in the ears. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just what are you supposed to do? So let me just type this in real quick, and type in blah 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 blah. Yeah, hang tight, everybody. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't. I just didn't want to, play the introduction. It was playing through the computer instead of the earplug. So, and Mr. Producer, just let me know if you can still hear pretty good with the microphone. Just let me know if it sounds okay in the chat. I would appreciate that. Okay, so here we are, folks. Let's go live there on. We're going to now play there we go. Now the introduction's being played on on Spreaker. So it's playing in the ear now. So yeah, it's one of those things, guys. It's one, if I tell you what, it's a cray. Okay, everybody, I want to appreciate all of you guys being here. Happy Friday the 13th. Where are you? Wherever you are in this world, hopefully you're having a good Friday the 13th. Today is a special day. Good. Excellent. Okay. We are live at the Bellaire House. Well, you're my favorite person. So we're live at the Bellaire House, guys. And I'm telling you what, this is a cool place if you've never been. So we are now, I'm telling you, we're live on all of our platforms. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys so much for your time, for excellent things. And so here we are. It has been a weird day. But it's been a good day. It's been a very, very busy day on my end. A couple things before we get into the meat and potatoes of the presentation. I want to talk a little bit about our business aspects of things. So first of all, I want you to go to our sponsor's website, KGRAD as in dog, B as in bicycle.com, KGRADB.com. But make sure you put Bishop as your promo code. You're going to get 30% off your subscription. Keep in mind that they have shows everywhere that, that is just, they're haunted. I'm telling you, they have some amazing shows there. And you need to do yourself a favor and check it out. So I think you're really going to like it. It's a great site. It is a wonderful site. And this show, as a matter of fact, airs there as well. But hey, it's already cheap to subscribe, but put Bishop as your promo code, so you're going to get money. You're going to save money. So just do it. So KGRADB. So that's where we also running from KGRADB radio as well. If you want to go to my website because you're really bored and have nothing else better to do in this life, then you want to go to sleep and find some information to put you to sleep, well, you can go to my website, bishopjameslong.com, if you're really, really bored. Now, here's what I want to let you guys know. I have paranormal classes that we are offering online, and they are 100% free. 100% free. So here's what you got to do. If you want to learn demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy, well, all you have to do is go to my website, click on the class link, and there is right there. It's all there for you guys. You can check it out. There are 4 classes. Again, it's paranormal genealogy, demonology, angelology. You learn at your own pace. You also get certificates every time you pass like an exam. So you get certificates as well. And it's all free. It's all free. So there you go. It's all there for you. BishopJamesLong.com. And click on the class link. If you need assistance, so let's say that you're going through some difficulties, and let me know if this fan is bothering you guys, because if it is, I'll turn it off, because I have all this garb on and I was rushing, so it's a little warm for me. I'm in Ohio, but if you're having some issues, some paranormal issues in your home, and you need and you need assistance, here's what you got to do. So here's what you need to do. Go to bishopjameslong.com, click on the paranormal link. So that's what you have to do, guys. Because here's the problem right now, and I've talked about this before. People keep sending me emails. Guys, look, there's 17,000 emails, and I can't keep up. So the only way that if you want us to help, we'll help, and we'll do it for free. But you have to go to bishopjameslong.com, click on the paranormal link. And then the Society of St. Benedict will get back to you. And there we go. That's what we have to do, guys. That's the only way we can make this work. All right. Oh yeah, Tim Woods. I did a presentation with Tim. We did a show together. I think, or it was he asked me to. Oh, are they? Okay. I've been informed. Oh my gosh, we're being slammed on TikTok right now on trolls. So here's the deal, trolls. Yep. Let me just take care of this right now. Bear with me. Sorry that I have to do this, everybody, on TikTok, but sub chat only is on right now for TikTok, and I'll turn it on a little bit later for everybody. So that way we can just make the trolls go away, because we were being slammed on TikTok with a lot of hateful comments. So we just don't tolerate that here. We're adults, and so that's just how we roll. That's how we roll. So. Anyway, sub chat only. No, they don't ruin it for anybody. Nope, we're not going to allow them. Sub chat only is on for TikTok, and we will turn it back on perhaps at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, folks. Let me tell you something. Tonight we're going to have a really we're going to have a very interesting show. Not only is it Friday the 13th, which is scary in of itself, but we're at the Bellaire House. And this is going to be a real cool show, because we're going to talk to Kristen, who is the owner of the Bellaire House. And we're going to try to get her set up here. I couldn't bring my whole mixer and everything else, so we're going to make do with the microphone that we have, because I had a mixer and microphones, and that's just too much. So, but that's okay. We're going to make do with what we got. And she's going to talk about the Bellaire House. The Bellaire House, for those of you who do not know, is one of the most haunted locations in the United States of America. Now, I don't say that lightly, but I have investigated this location before. We're here now at the Bellaire. We're at the, I guess, what room would this officially be called? Was this the former living room? Yeah. So this was the former living room behind me. And you have a little, I guess, a parlor here to the right, and the front door is here, and then they go up the stairs. Now, Kristen, you were on the haunting?
Yeah, tonight at 10 o'clock we'll be on TNE.
I'm sorry?
Tonight at 10 o'clock we'll be on TNE, the first episode of My Haunted Hometown.
Oh, so tonight I have here headsets on. You're going to be on where?
TNE in Canada.
TNE?
Uh-huh.
So tonight, this house, by the way, was featured on a haunting, correct?
My Ghost Stories.
My Ghost Stories.
My Haunted Hometown.
Several.
Like all of them.
This home is incredibly well known for its haunted activity. I know that I've been here several times before, and Kristen and I were upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and we were doing an investigation, and we got some pretty crazy evidence. This is also a place that I'm going to be very blunt. There were some pretty malevolent activity that Kristen endured, and she's talked about this on the television shows. So here's what we're going to do. It's a beautiful picture behind me. I'm sorry that I can't show it. You guys can't see it on the screen there, Facebook, YouTube, KGRDB Radio, and everybody. But on TikTok, there's some beautiful paintings in here. And what I like about the Bellaire House is because Kristen has done a really great job with the history, learning the history about the Bellaire. And I'm telling you what, this is and it's a deep history. It is a deep history. So, Kristen, if you could do me a favor, if you can grab me my bag over here, it's just this the brown bag, and then maybe if we can get a chair over here, we can chat with Kristen. Kristen Lee is the owner of the Bellaire House. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kristen. Why don't we put you right over here, if we can. Okay, there we go. And by the way, folks, for those of you who do not know, I was given a note, and I want to read this to everybody. So this is by Caps Paranormal. It's a paranormal team, And it says, Kristen and Bishop Long, the house was, they did an investigation last night. So it says the house was very active last night. One member was scratched. We also saw the cat, which we're going to talk to Kristen about that. We had audible moans or growls. So what's that's called, that's a disembodied voice. So if you can't hear it, it's a EVP, which stands for electronic voice phenomena. So a digital recorder can pick that up. But when you have a disembodied voice, what that actually means is you can hear it with your own ears. So what they're saying is they actually heard it. So they heard audible moans or growls. 2 cameras were fried for no apparent reason. Let me tell you something. That happens a lot. When you're in locations like this, I had a buddy of mine about 15 years ago. They just bought a FLIR camera. The thing was like $10,000. And he was so excited about it. But I told him, I said, look, we went to a location, we went to the gates of hell. And I told him, you bring that in here in the gates of hell. No one's good. It'll be a waste of thing because you can't use it. Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. So he brought it in at the Gates of Hell Cemetery. And within literally 5 seconds of stepping in the scene, battery drained, and it was completely useless. He couldn't use it. But 2 cameras were completely fried for no apparent reason. Emily's room, which we're going to talk about that, and the basement were especially active. And so it says, best wishes. We hope you have a great time, and we will be watching the live. So thank you. Is that Kristen and Daniel? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Caps Paranormal. There we go, folks. Right here. That was very nice of them to leave us a message and to let us know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this around for you guys. That way you guys can see. There's Kristen. There you go. So you can scoot on in here a little bit more, and then I'll change this around. There we go. So let me just move over. Just that way you can scoot over a little bit more. That way they can see you. Okay, so everybody, this is Kristen, and so this is the microphone for our folks there on TikTok, and this is our folks there on KGRDB radio and everybody else. So why don't we just start with you? Let's obviously the owner of the Bellaire House. Why on earth would you buy the Bellaire House? Did you know that it was haunted? So.
No, I didn't. No, our family was affected by 2 flash floods, and we lost our home. And I found this house on a foreclosed list. And we bought it. It was a really good price, and it definitely was a fixer-upper, but it was what we had to work with under our budget from being homeless for several months. So when we finally moved in, we were so excited. It was our first home, and we just wanted to rebuild our lives. But shortly after we moved in, a lot of energy had shifted in the house. Things would come up missing. We would be fighting with each other. Did you take this? Where did you put this? I know you took this. And there was this really big box of tile out in the foyer, and I couldn't lift it up. The kids couldn't lift it up. And we all got into a fight because it just disappeared.
Oh.
So it did end up in the basement, but none of us had put it in the basement.
And let me just say also, I want to thank Judy Ann publicly. Judy Ann took care of the rental for the car, and I stayed the night at a hotel last night. So thank you, Judy Ann. Judy Ann was very, very instrumental in helping us to get here to this location. And of course, we're going to be at the West Virginia Paracon this weekend as well. So let's talk about the West Virginia Paracon, and then I want to get right back into this house and the history of it. So you're doing obviously the Paracon as well?
Yes.
So what are you going to be talking?
Yes.
And if you guys want to be here, so you got to go WV West Virginia, WV Penn Tours, WVPennPenTours.com. But you got to get your tickets, guys. You have to get your tickets. Also, now let's talk about the Bellaire House.
Okay.
So you say that the activity, it switched the atmosphere, switched the feeling switch. There's a lot of people ask me about what does that mean. So like when you have a demonic infestation, what in the world does that mean to you as a person who lived through it? When you say that the atmosphere changed, what does that mean?
Well, first of all, I do have a master's of forensic psychology, so I always blamed mental health, stress, PTSD, but when there was no more of that to blame, it was nothing other than the energy in the house. Like people's behaviors would change. They would, even the physiological parts of my son's father would change. I remember him turning just completely gray. He didn't eat. He wouldn't drink any water. He wouldn't sleep. He always stayed in the attic. There were weeks where he wouldn't come out of the attic. And I remember one morning when I walked into the hallway, he was not himself. He was not that happy, peace-loving, guitar-playing, hippie artist, bohemian. He was
So he changed.
Completely changed. Yes.
Okay, so the atmosphere as far as the individual. Now, what about the home? I mean, when you first moved in, you were excited, you were happy, you were talking about how you were homeless, and now you found a home
Yes.
that was in your budget. And I'm sure at first it was exciting, it was wonderful, life was good. When did the activity start? Did you start thinking, okay, something is not right here?
Yeah, it occurred probably maybe a few weeks after we moved in.
And what happened? Do you remember?
Just things would come up missing. But we always blamed each other for being tired, that type of stuff. But this one particular night, we were all in this room, in this living room. I was asleep over here on the couch, and I felt the cushion go down, and I opened my eyes to a full-fledged apparition of a man. And I was fully awake because Bella, our dog, was barking. Her claws were going on the hardwood floors. Lane was asleep over on the other
Were you able to
couch.
move?
Yeah, I was moving.
So this is not sleep paralysis.
No.
So for those of you, sleep paralysis is an episode where you are catatonic. You cannot move. When you're able to move and you're able to say something or move your body at all, and you're still seeing a full body apparition, this is no longer a sleep paralysis episode.
Correct.
So you clearly saw a full body apparition.
Yes. And he startled me. I mean, I sat up and I screamed, "Who are you?" And he just stared at me with a very flat affect. Like there was no expression at all. And then he got up and the cushion went up. He had weight.
Wow.
And then he walked into the middle of this room and went into the foyer and he vanished.
So could you see his eyes?
They were blue. They
Wow.
were
So
pale
it's
blue.
clear. So did you ever feel threatened?
I did. I was so scared,
With
you
him?
know. Yeah, I don't know if he was an evil spirit or maybe Edwin Hetherington, maybe Jacob Hetherington.
So who are these people?
So Jacob Hetherington is the man that built this house. He built this house for his granddaughter Lyde, and Lyde and Edwin lived in this house. And Edwin just loved Lyde. She was much older, so he looked at her as a mother. But unfortunately, Lyde had a heart attack and she died in that room over there.
Okay.
So he became so grief stricken that he called in a whole bunch of different psychics and mediums, and he wanted to connect to the afterlife a lot. And he did. And he even called in other psychics and mediums for people that lost their husbands in the coal mine fires under the house and the coal mine explosions on Willow Grove Road.
Okay, so you had that apparition, the full body and by the way, for those of you who are hearing the noises behind us, no, it's not a ghost, it's not a demon, anything like that. It's there's a baby bulldog. So then this baby bulldog wants mama, and this baby bulldog's not happy because he can't see the mama. But now we love animals here, so if you want to, if you can, I don't know if you can
Come
pick
on,
him up because he's a big boy.
Come on, Crow.
He's a
Watch
big
the
boy.
horse, buddy. Come on. Here, come on, Krillin. I told you, come on.
I don't know if you'll be able to pick that. He's
I don't think I can pick
yeah,
him
he's a
He's 5 months old.
gosh, yeah, he's just a big boy. He's pretty upset. So now he's trying to get up on the couches. Gotta love him. You gotta love him. Okay, well, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't, guys, because I have to move everything around.
We'll get him.
Yeah, we'll get him before the night. So I promise you, before we leave tonight, we'll get him on camera. I promise you. There's a little tease there. So, all right. So you had the full body apparition.
Yes.
Was there ever in a situation where you had something happen to you that was not so as pleasant as that? Meaning that obviously there wasn't violence or scratching, biting, hitting, throwing you off the couch. Have you ever had anything that you would consider evil or demonic happen here?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get into that in just a second. So again, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Bishop James Long. I'm here talking to my friend Kristen Lee. She is the owner of the Bellaire House. And the Bellaire House is in Bellaire, Ohio. So this is, again, one of the most haunted homes in the United States of America. And we're talking about her experience there, about moving into the home. Okay, so what happened then after you saw the full body apparition of this man with these blue eyes? So what was the next thing that happened?
I thought I was crazy. I really thought I was losing my mind, and I blamed mental health issues. That's where I went. And finally,
Because of your psychology background.
right, yes.
Okay.
Because we're not supposed to believe these things as psychologists. This is all schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia or anything to do with mysticism in the DSM states, the axis, all of that. But, there was the last straw, truthfully. Everybody had moved out. Everyone, my whole family.
Because there was just so much animosity and anger and okay.
Yes, yeah. My son, my oldest son, he moved out. He went to live with his grandmother, and then my youngest son's father left, and he went and lived on the north end of Bellaire. So it was just me and my dog Bella, and then luckily I did have friends come and stay because it's a big house and.
Sure. You could have one if you want one. My allergies are terrible. But.
Thank you. So we were upstairs in what we call today the Edwin Hetherington room, and I was asleep, and the door, I know I shut the door, and there's locks on them. I know I did it, and it swung open, and then this mass, this energy of, to me, it just looked like a lot of static electricity, a lot of like how a rain cloud would come in. You get that feeling right before a storm, like that amped up energy, and it hovered over me. And that's when I couldn't move. I was not able to move. But
so you were asleep or you were awake?
I was fully awake.
Fully awake, okay.
The dog Bella was on top of me. Her claws were going into my chest. She was barking. I remember her saliva going on my face, but I couldn't move. I wasn't able to move at all, and all I could do was I really thought I was going to die, and I just kept reciting St. Michael's prayer and asking for him to come to help me. And finally, whatever this entity was, it picked up Bella somehow.
So Bella was your dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was thrown against the wall in that room. And then... And
you saw this. You were fully awake when something picked up your dog and, okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So then, after I broke free from... And then hearing her yelp and over in the corner, I picked her up. And she was a big dog. She was probably 60 pounds. And we left and... We spent the night in a reservoir. We threw a blanket down in the woods, and that's where we stayed.
See, I want to point that out. This is really important, guys. I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in this, but let me just explain something. Kristen is talking about, look, you moved into this home. You were happy, and now something so terrifying occurred to you that you left this home to stay the night at a reservoir. People just don't do that just because. Obviously, something truly terrifying happened to you. And people say, well, it's just a dream or it's your imagination. Well, here's the problem. Chris, she actually has a degree in psychology. So she studied psychology. She has an advanced degree in it. So she's fully aware of all the psychological aspects or the terminology or what could be or what couldn't be. So she's fully aware of this. Now, so when you stayed the night at this reservoir, how long was it before you went back into the house here?
The next day, it was I turned my phone on and I had a lot of messages of people asking where I was, and I called a friend and he came out, and Bella's leg was bad. She'd hurt her leg pretty bad, so we went and stayed at a hotel, got her into the vet, And then he said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go away."
Let me ask you a question, because this is so important, because obviously you loved your dog,
Mm-hmm.
and I've known her for years. She is a huge animal lover. So let me make that very clear. But this is what demons do. This is what malevolent spirits do. They will break your will. They will break your intellect. They will break your credibility with the people that you love and that support you. And so now all of a sudden you have a hurt animal. How many people did you know that were thinking, yeah, so a demon picked up your animal, right? So I mean, did you have that?
Oh yeah, the guys from that one television show, Ryan and Shane. It was called Overnight. No, that's not Overnight. Please forgive me. It's not Overnight. It was Ryan and Shane. They had a BuzzFeed Unsolved. That's what they were. They made fun of me in Hollywood, LA. They did memes on me. They called me the dog lady.
That's not
They
nice.
laughed in my face. I mean, it was really bad.
And the ridicule. See, the ridicule is a part of breaking the person's intellect and will down. So so when you take the dog to the vet, how many of your family, your friends, and even the vet thought? Did you tell them the story?
No.
Okay, of
Good
course.
Lord, no.
All right.
They wouldn't have believed me.
Sure.
I was still working in the mental health field with psychologists. I couldn't even tell my coworkers. They would have locked me up.
Yeah, I understand. So, all right. So then you take your dog to the vet.
Mm-hmm.
You get the help, and then you come back to the home.
We came back, and I didn't want to live here anymore. And I went up into the office that leads to the attic, and I put a map up, and I threw a dart on where I was going to live, and it landed in Massachusetts, and I left.
Oh wow!
I just left the house.
You walked away.
I walked away.
See,
I filed bankruptcy on this house.
I want people to understand that. Please understand this. That this is a genuine. Look, she's a very genuine person. She's talked about being homeless. They found a home. Finally, not being homeless anymore, and she was tormented so much that then she walks away from the very foundation to help her, obviously not be homeless anymore. This is what happens. So we'll get there. I promise you. And if you guys have questions, please throw them in there. I promise you we'll get to them. So you go to Massachusetts,
Mm-hmm.
and how long do you stay there?
It wasn't long. It
And
was
you-
maybe a few months, because the code enforcer in Bellaire called me daily, and I would always let it go to voicemail, because I had filed bankruptcy on the house. I had no attachments
Sure.
to this house at all. And we had started our lives over again, me and my kids. And he kept calling me, telling me that he was going to fine me like $800 a day until I came home to cut my grass.
Oh,
So
wow.
finally, he just really made me mad one day. And I called him back, and I was like, "Why are you threatening me?" And he said, "You need to call your attorney." He had his name. He knew where his offices were. And he says, "You own your house." He says, "You better get back to Bellaire." So what that was Bellaire wanting to build revenue and tourism and
Oh, yeah.
use me as that pawn in their money-making schemes, I guess. But they took over the Bellaire House, and they staffed it, and they were running paranormal investigations. And I kept telling them,
You mean the city?
yeah, the village, yeah,
Okay,
the village
okay.
people, yeah, not like YMCA,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So the city took control of the house.
The village, Jim Johnston, Jim Chase, the code enforcer, yes.
And so when did you get the house back?
They're very old school. So when I got married to Daniel, they came to me and they said, "Well, you're a wife now and you have a husband. This is his property." So they put it in
Okay.
our names.
So did you move back here?
We had to move back. Yeah,
Did you have activity then?
we did. Yes, we did.
Okay. How did you handle that?
Well, when I first started dating Daniel, it was so hard to disclose this house, because nobody would have ever believed me.
Right.
But one night a storm was coming in. It was Lane and I here in this room. And I mean, there was some serious activity going on. The doors were shutting on their own. There were
Wow.
things that were just like, the energy just felt like a funeral home. It was so strange. And so I called Daniel, and he came over, and we're all sitting on this couch over here, and upstairs you hear slam door, down here slam, over here slam, slam, and then all of a sudden slam,
Wow.
and then poof. And he said, "Do you want to come and stay with us, me in my apartment tonight?" And we said yes, and we went to stay with him. And he didn't leave, Bishop. He didn't, he stayed. He's the only person that has stood beside me and stayed beside me throughout this whole entire journey. True.
So,
well,
but
you have too, but like as
Yeah.
a partner of a romantic,
Sure.
my husband, but I've had so many hard times with relationships, like romantic ones, because they're like,
Because of
we're
this
out.
house.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
So now you own this house now, and of
Mhm.
course, you have another house, and so you do tours here,
Yes.
and then people can stay overnight.
Yes.
So when they stay overnight, obviously they're fully aware of what could happen
Mhm.
when they're staying in this location,
Yes.
and you disclose that. It's full disclosure because of the paranormal team and what they said here. That they've had this experience here on Caps Paranormal. Emily's room. He mentioned something about Emily's room
Mhm.
and basement. I don't know if Emily's room is
It's the room with all the dolls in it.
So tell us about Emily's room.
Emily's room was my youngest son's room in the beginning. But as activity kept going from room to room to room, in my mind, I was like, well, it's not so haunted in here. We'll put him in here. There's not much activity in here. I'm trying to keep my kids safe. But Emily Davis is a little girl that we have found through research that drowned in the Ohio River.
Mm.
She used to come to this house and play with the Hetherington family. Jacob Davis is the founder of Bellaire, but they are not related.
Okay.
We can't find a trace of them being a blood relative or a stepchild or anything like that. So we really don't know how Emily Davis fit into this unless she was friends and played with Edwin or lied or something like that. We just don't know. But she appears and she poses to be a child in this house.
And you see the full body apparition?
Absolutely. Everybody has. It's not just
Wow.
me, but she's not a child.
Explain that.
I know that Emily Davis likes to pretend she's a child to get. Do you know how people, when things amp up and people are like, don't be scared because you're going to feed that energy.
Right.
Emily doesn't do that. She'll make you remember things that are sad. She'll put these grief like reflections and memories inside of you, and she'll bring your energy all the way down to a grief stage, and that's how she feeds off of our energy.
So do you think this is evil? I mean,
I do.
Okay, so this is perhaps a malevolent spirit
Yes.
pretending to be this little child.
Mhm.
All right, fair enough. So, and that happened. People have seen this appear, but this apparition.
Yes.
So, what about the basement? Talk to us about so we have Emily's room. So we have this child, this apparition of what appears to be a child, which clearly is not.
Right.
And so let's talk about now what happens in the basement.
There's a lot that's happened in the basement, and I haven't been able to tell you some things that I've learned.
Okay.
I was in Gettysburg with my friend Ari a couple of weeks ago for a symposium and presenting research. And we were in a session to where, this is really hard for me to talk about, but I'm so glad you're here too.
Yeah.
At the same time. We were in a session, it's all white noise compression. It was ITC communication. But my friend Tony Rathman asked, what entity is inside of the Bellaire House? And there should be no communication coming through this device. Like there shouldn't be. And it said, how did it say it? His name is Damon.
Mm.
And then the room just completely shifted. And I asked, who are you attached to? And it said my son's name.
Oh,
And
wow.
then it said Daniel's name. And then it said my granddaughter's name. And then it went nuts. Like the whole, I can't even explain it.
Isn't that, so that's odd. I mean, so this thing is coming through a device and it's listing out the names of your family.
Yes.
See, that's what people have got to understand. If it's listing random names,
Mhm.
you can easily, it's John Doe. Okay. But when it's listing actual names of your family members,
Mhm.
that's a different story.
And Tony has sent me files. I haven't listened to them yet, but there's another file where it said, my name is, I can't believe I'm going to say this in this house. Thank God you're here. It said, my name is Judas.
Oh, wow. So, and this happened here, you said?
This was in Gettysburg.
In Gettysburg.
At what place was that?
Go City Tours.
Go City Tours, in that little room back there.
So downstairs in the basement in this home, so
Mhm.
you have, what have people reported as far as having scratches, whatever they've reported, EVPs, disembodied voices.
Some people have been sexually assaulted by.
Well, so we can't say SA. So
I'm
they
so
were
sorry.
SA. They were SA.
Sorry.
TikTok is very, very
I'm
strict.
really sorry.
That's all right. So okay. So they were assaulted. Yep. And scratched,
Yes.
bitten,
Yes.
disembodied voice, growls.
Yes. A lot of growls.
What do you think is in the basement?
I don't think it's good. I think it could be. I don't want to believe it's inhuman. I don't want to believe it's demonic. But what if it is?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds like it's malevolent at the least.
Right.
So when a team comes and tells you, okay, I want to do an investigation, I want to stay the night here, what do you tell them?
Be careful. Stick together. Don't go and to do solo investigations. No one person, no singular person is allowed here. They always have to be in pairs in case something happens. We did. I'll stay on task here. And if they feel sick, like if they get nauseous, get off of the property, take a ride, go, get something to eat, go to the store, just get off the property for a little bit. Heart racing, that's been happening since the beginning. People's heart races, they get anxiety, they throw up off of the porch.
Oh, wow. So this is heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So folks, look, here's the deal. I know this is Friday the 13th, but and I understand the people's desire to want to know, but you need to understand that when you come to locations that are known to be, at least malevolent or demonic, you might have, those manifestations. But see, we're all adults here. We're all adults. And if people want to show up here, that's their right. They have that. And I know a lot of people want to, kind of throw their religious views down people's throats and say, well, you shouldn't do this. And well, you know what? They're adults. So if they choose to be here and to investigate, that is their right to do. But they also need to know that there are consequences. So when you come to locations like this stuff is real. This is not make believe. And that's why I wanted her, the owner of this house, to tell you her story. I mean, she walked away from this place after being homeless because of the activity that occurred. So you had this activity, this evil entity, whatever it was, upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And what about your home now? Your home that you're living in now, do you have any activity in there?
Yeah.
Do you?
It's not like this. I mean, it's nothing like this, but there are things that are there. I mean, it's the land, it's the whole entire village of Bellaire. It really is.
Now let's talk a little bit. So again, for those of you who don't know, I'm Bishop James Long and Kristen Lee. We're here talking about the Bellaire House. We're live on location. We're actually inside the Bellaire House. The Bellaire House is one of the most haunted homes in the United States of America. I've been here several times. We've captured some pretty amazing evidence. There is a lot here. As a matter of fact, the team just left a note for those of you just tuning in. Caps Paranormal was here last night. They say that the house last night was very active. One member was scratched. He also saw the cat. They had audible moans and growls, and 2 cameras were actually fried for no apparent reason. The Emily's room that we just talked about and the basement, he says, were very active. And so that was Caps Paranormal. There we go. There's the big guy. So for those of you who want to see the big guy, there he is. That's his famous.
This is Krillin.
Oh my goodness, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. So for those of you who keep seeing jump, thump, 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 he's just jumping around having a good time. Well, we're guests in his domain. So this is he's letting us know he's in charge. Did he get you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, goodness. He's a big boy. He's a big dog. Okay, so let's talk about, let's make this transition now to psychic mediumship.
Okay.
So for those of you who do not know, Kristen is so would you say define psychic and medium, or would you say one or the other?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's a psychic medium.
Too.
So let's talk about your psychic mediumship, because I know a lot of people, again, will have their own personal views on the subject matter, and that's fine. You have a right to those views, and we have a right to ours. So I do know people who are psychic mediums who are truly gifted, but I also know a lot of frauds. Now, they are probably as gifted and as psychic as medium as the poor dog baby down here. I'm telling you, because, and they are. But I do know people who are legitimate. I think Kristen is legitimate. And look, if I didn't, I wouldn't be in this house. And I certainly wouldn't be talking about Bellaire House. So for those of you who want to hear about psychic mediumship, let me just share something very, very clearly, because you need to know. Because it talks about scripture and, soothsayers and psychics and mediumships, etc. Okay, first of all, you need to know why that was written. That was written because paganism was being influenced into the Israelite culture. And what happened is they had intermediaries between multiple gods. So they had 20 gods. So if a family member passed away, you were required to give each of their gods 10 shekels. And if you did not, then that god would raise your loved one up from the dead and punish them forever in Hades. That's necromancy. So what would happen is you'd have to give them a certain amount of shekels so their gods, the god of rain or the god of trees, would not punish your loved one forever. So then a month later, another loved one passed away. You go to the same intermediaries, and then they would say, oh, no, we don't have 20 gods. We now have 30 gods, and it's not 10 shekels of gods, it's 50 shekels of gods. So it was a con game. And this is why it was, you have to read it in its context. And for those of you who say, well, I don't understand that. Well, I learned that in Roman Catholic Graduate Seminary. So there you go, folks. If Roman Catholicism is your thing, that's where I learned it. But it's true. You have to understand scripture and not take it out of its context, because their understanding of psychic mediumship is not the same as ours. Furthermore, I've told this story before. I was a chaplain for a major metropolitan police department. And there was a family who was missing. And a psychic medium had tipped off the police on where they would find the remains of this person. So I was there on the scene, and I was there to keep the family from running onto the scene to perhaps, destroy any evidence that might have remained. I can't explain it. I'm not a psychic medium. But here's what I tell you, and here's what I will tell you what I saw. When I was at that scene, that psychic medium who told them where they could find the remains of that person who was missing, they were off 5 feet. 5 feet. And this family, by the way, was very, very conservative Christians who did not believe in psychic mediums, thought the psychic mediums were doing the work of the devil. But, their whole tune changed when they were able to find the remains of their loved ones, because they were able to properly bury them. And it gave that family closure. I have always been kind of on the fence with psychic mediumship, but I got to tell you something. When I experienced that, my eyes were completely open then, and then I started reevaluating my own personal thoughts in psychic mediumship, and this happened many, many years ago, and so that's why I am open to psychic mediums. But I'm also skeptical of many people who claim to be psychic mediums, because they take advantage of people's grief. And she's obviously, as she's a major in psychology, you understand what I'm saying about the grieving process. People know where they are and they know how to take advantage. She does not do that. She has a policy, as a matter of fact. So anybody who does that, I don't associate with them at all. Not at all. So that whole family, who was very much against psychic mediumship, when they were able to find their loved ones, their whole entire attitude changed. So that says something. So let's talk about your psychic mediumship and living in a house like this. So first of all, when did you know that you were a psychic medium? And then secondly, how did that, impact your ability living in a house like this that had malevolent activity?
It was definitely a roller coaster ride. When I was little, I thought everybody was, psychic medium. We didn't call them that. It was the gift of discernment, the way that I was raised. And I remember my grandmother would be at the kitchen table, and she would be helping people, especially one woman that lost her child. And I thought the lady brought the child with her because I was over in the corner playing with the child. And she was actually there to...
How old were you with?
5,
Wow.
6.
Wow.
And it was very startling to me too, because here is my grandma, and she's helping her, advising her, healing her, counseling her, tapping into the spirit realm to receive messages to deliver to her. And I'm playing with her deceased child. And when I started laughing and playing, because we were playing with dolls and blocks and things like that, all I remember was this big woman, because she's bigger, I'm little, shaking me. What is she saying? What is she saying? What is she doing? I didn't realize that the little girl was a spirit.
So let me ask you this question. I know that a lot of children have, imaginary friends. Is it possible that maybe because you have a degree in psychology, you understand psychology, is it possible that somehow maybe kids who, I don't want to say grew out of it, or kids who develop that skill perhaps maybe as a child? I mean, because imaginary friends happen to a lot of kids.
Right.
It doesn't mean they're all psychic mediums.
Right.
So is it possible that you as a child who had that friend and that somehow developed into this ability that you have? Or
I think so, because at that point, when my grandmother realized that I was actually playing with a spirit, she started to take me under her wing and she kind of showed me the ropes. And then come later in life, tragedy. I mean, I think that this happens for most psychics, like major tragedies happen, and that really puts us in a mode of fear. And what's the first thing we do when fear happens? We go to God.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And I went to God and I said to him, you need to utilize me to help the most people in this world. And I don't care how you do it.
So you believe in God?
Absolutely.
And so you being a psychic medium, how do you deal with so many people then who like to throw the hate around? How do you deal with those individuals who like to judge? And you're saying, I did nothing wrong, I just have this ability.
Well, I've taken multicultural diversity classes, and I just look at it, okay, so this is this population, this is this population. Every population is different based on environments, based on upbringing, based on behaviors, and I just conform it and calculate it all into behavioral science. I don't feed into the hate, because there's always a theory or an explanation why people believe the certain things that they believe. And I respect that. I respect it even if it is negative, but I don't appreciate when people are rude and just blatantly.
Well, by the way, I want to make an announcement. So I spoke to Miss Lee prior to us going on air, and she even said if someone wants a reading, that she would be willing to offer a quick reading. So this is not going to be like a 5-hour reading. So just a quick reading. So for those of you who might be interested in that, we are going to open that up. And again, for the hater-gators out there who want to say, well, we don't like this and we don't like that, but there's a scroll button. See that works? It's very simple. You just scroll on. Just keep on scrolling. So it's very, very easy to do.
Again, put a 0.
Very easy to do. So we're going to have, she's going to offer psychic readings in a moment. And we'll do that momentarily, not right now. Cujo.
The protector.
I'm telling you, that's a big boy. What's wrong there, Cujo?
He's only 5 months.
So who's that? Someone visiting?
Pizza.
Oh, the pizza. The pizza guy is here. The pizza. Oh, look out now. Okay. All right. So let's wrap up as far as your activity here, the violent activity. So you have now a new home.
Yes.
And now you have this, it is open for business. If people want to come in and they want to investigate,
yes,
they can certainly do that. So who do they contact if they want to make that reservation?
They would go to BellaireHouseTours.com, So it's BELLAIRE, housetours.com. And even if you're an event organizer, or you can organize events and have your events here. If you want to have psychic slumber sleeping parties, you can do that here. If you want to do private investigations, you can do that as well. But it is something very important that I would like to announce, and thankful I'm doing this with you. I'm ready to let go of the Bellaire House, and I'm ready to move on with my life. So whoever is interested in owning the Bellaire House, it has to be the right person. They cannot exploit our family, and the house can be yours. But you can also message us there if you're interested in owning a haunted location.
So Bellaire House Tours. So BELL, for those of you who are on TikTok, BELLAIRE, House Tours, all one word, BellaireHouseTours.com. So there you go, guys. If you want to go on the website, if you want to, put your information in there. If you want to come in and visit the homes, you can certainly do that. But go to BellaireHouseTours.com, and you're interested in selling it.
Yes.
So what do you have, an offering price, or are you just going to speak to people individually?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I did, because I'm very honest and transparent. I punched into AI Bellaire, Ohio, and I punched in, the rooms, the bathrooms, all of that stuff, and it came up $450,000. So I'm going with $450,000.
$450,000?
Yeah.
Wow, $450,000.
And that's what AI said was the market price.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go, guys. Let's hope if you have $450,000, well, there you go. Yeah. If not, can they make payments?
Yeah. Please make payments.
Yeah, there we go. Make payments to the bank. So Bellaire House, BellaireHouseTours.com. Again, if you want to come to this place, it really is just a neat place, historically speaking. It really is a neat place. There is definitely a vibe when you come here. And the house is a very cool. I think it's a very cool place. You can't see it, but inside the foyer, it's just they're just beautiful. I mean, I don't know. It's just really, really neat. How old is this house?
I believe that was 1890s. I have to double check with Daniel. He has that information.
Okay,
but I think it was the 1890s.
All right. So here's the deal. So let's talk about your psychic mediumship readings. First of all, now the way someone told me, I don't know if this is true or if this is a false thing, but a psychic is a person who is able to, tell the future. A medium is a person who is able to connect to the spirit world. Would you differentiate that, or do you think the same? Or
I think it's the same, because I connect to spirits. And I love to connect to people's deceased loved ones. And they normally have messages to help whoever it is that I'm delivering these messages to get on the path to their greater good or their best life. Those are my readings. I do love, career, finance. I do hypnosis for past life regression and things like that. But I don't do that. That has to be done in person. And
again, tell everyone your degrees as far as for your education.
Oh, it's a lot. I have an Associates of Mental Health Technology, Behavioral Science Bachelor's, Forensic Psychology Master's, and I'm working on my MSW, which is Master's of Social Work. I should have just went for the straight PhD. I should have, but I didn't.
Well,
I'll get there.
That's okay. You see, this is, and I think that's important. This is, she's an individual who truly genuinely cares about people. And not only that, but she's educated in psychology. So there's a lot of armchair psychologists out there who play psychologists online. Well, I just say this. And I say, well, she is, she has a degree in it. So, okay. So by the way, Mr. Producer, I don't know if you're Mr. Producer is behind the scenes. If you want a little reading, we can also just send me a private chat. And we can do that as well. So are you open to doing readings?
Yeah. So how we could do them with this type of a platform, just write your first name. Please write a question. If there's somebody that you want me to tune into for you, I need to know their first name. I really, yeah, I go by first names.
And by the way, now, folks, we do have, of course, now we have TikTok over here. So keep in mind, look, we have 2 computers running at the same time. All right. So we have a computer here and it's running Facebook and KGRDB radio, Spreaker and all that. And then we have, of course, over here, we have TikTok. So we have, we can only do so much. All right. So just hang tight, and we'll get there. So I see the very first one. Captain Ribeye says, Rondi Louise grandma. Do you need a question or no?
A question would be good, but it seems like he wants me to connect to his grandmother, Rondi Louise, correct?
Yeah. So Captain Ribeye, just if you would clarify that, because to be fair, since he was the first one. Yeah. So yeah, if you have do you have a specific question? So here, let's do this. The name of the person. Hold on, I got to do the. Gosh, it's already. Oh no. There, I had to do this. Yeah, stupid thing.
Mm-hmm. Make you do it again.
Again, for heaven's sakes. There. Sorry, I had to do a verification.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So again, what we need is the name of the person you're trying to connect with and a specific question. So Captain Ribeye, Captain Ribeye. So you ask first because I'm trying to be fair. So just hang tight, everybody. This is a lot. I mean, this
reminds me of when I used to work for California Psychics. We would have thousands of questions coming.
Golly, yeah. So yeah, it's all right, Captain Ribeye, we got to hurry. Because we got lots, and we are slam. So we got to hurry. We can't. Okay. Here. So Lois, grandmother, are you okay?
Is his grandmother okay? Lois. She had another first name, right?
Something Brenda or something like that. I'm not for sure.
So she's comfortable. What I'm seeing here in this part of my mind, what I'm being shown is she's very comfortable, and she's got comfortable clothes on. She's shaking her head. Yes, I'm happy, but she's worried about you. She's saying that you're too fast. You have to slow things down. You're always too fast. You're always go. Please forgive me. This is not me. She's saying that you have to start being satisfied with what you're giving and stop overachieving is what she's saying. Please don't be mad at me and don't shoot the messenger.
All right, Captain Ribeye. So there we go. Okay. Yep. So there we go. Slow it down. Okay. So I'm going to, I tell you what, I can't keep scrolling up. So just whatever I see. Pisces lady and my sister-in-law, is she okay?
Your name's Anne, right?
Yeah, sister-in-law.
Okay.
And we have to speak a little louder so everybody can hear you in this microphone here.
I'm feel with my heart. I feel she's okay. I really do. I don't feel any type of negativity around her. I don't feel any type of negativity around you. I feel like you could connect to her just by simply talking to her. Just talk to her like you would normally talk to her and tell her how's she doing. I just start communication, build that spiritual rapport with her, and she'll give you cold chills. She'll point you in the right direction. But yeah, she's more than okay. She truly is.
Okay. So, please, my mom. Please, we need your mom's name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one here. That's just the way, because it's just, there's so many. Yeah, please, my mama. But we need your mom's name, folks. We need the name. We need the name and the question. Okay, the name of the person and the question. Otherwise, we're going to skip. We're going to move on. And that we just have to, because so many people are asking right now. So please, we got to hurry. Joan. Okay, so I guess she's wanting to know if she's okay. I don't know what the question is. Again, we need the name of the person, and we need a question with that person's name.
Like an example, my name is James Long. Is my career going to explode within the next 6 months? Something like that. Could you tell me about my love life? Could you tell me about my finances? Could you tell me about my deceased loved one, Charlie?
Yeah, or say hi, my name is, or you don't have it. We can see your name. So just say, My mom's name is Shirley. Is she okay? Or my grandmother's name is Ernestine. Is she? What is she doing? Or did she see me? Does she? You have to have a question, guys. Otherwise, we can't do this. So please, question.
Judy Ann. I love that name, Judy.
Oh yeah, Judy Ann. She's great. She's actually one of my great friends. She actually helped me get here with the rental car and everything.
Can we do her?
Yep. But Judy Ann, do you have a specific question about your brother Ron?
There's something to do with the mechanics, like car mechanics with Ron. I don't know if Ron was deceased, transitioned to spirit due to mechanical things, due to car things, but I don't know. Ron, he must have piddled around with cars or was one of those hot rod people or something like that. But that really, I saw that, and that's the impression that I received. But as for him, I feel very strongly he's in the field of clovers.
Oh, Judy Ann confirmed he did. So, okay. So, Judy Ann, do you have a specific question? Guys, we need a specific question. So just a specific question, and then we'll move on to the next person because we are really being slammed. Gosh, I don't know how you keep up with all these, there are so many. Well, she says, thank you. I guess that's what she needed.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So there we go. All right. So let's go over here, TikTok.
Judy, he says he likes your hair. He just said that. I tell her I like her hair.
Oh, there's a question. Did he die of a heart attack or did he lose control?
Lost control. He lost control. I got to stay away from the heart attack words.
I understand that. Yeah. Do you want to tell people why, or do you?
Yeah, I can. Normally, when a psychic has a heart attack, and you see words like heart attack, that's transference, and I don't feel comfortable being a true psychic when I see something like that. So, but it did come through like lost control because it did feel like there was a crash or something. It really did in the beginning.
So heart attack and lost control.
Yeah.
She recently had a heart attack, is what she's saying. So and she's talked about this. So that's why she triggered. So, okay, here Jennifer's asking, please, Harvey, how did you leave?
Jennifer and Harvey, right?
Yeah, Harvey is the person I guess she's trying to connect. And how did you leave?
There was a guy that picked him up. It's a blue car. An old one, like a 1990s one. Something to do with New York. That's it. I'm sorry, that's all I got.
So there you go. Someone picked him up in a blue car, 1990s car. I don't know how long you want to do this. This was just a conversation that we talked about.
That's fine. However you want to do it.
Okay.
But I mean, if you do want like a full reading, I do phone readings, and you can find me on the Bellaire House website under the Kristen Lee tab. Or I do have a TikTok, but I don't normally use it. It's called Paracat999.
Paracat, for those of you on TikTok, Paracat999. There we go. So you can follow her on TikTok. And so there we go. Okay, let's do Haley. Haley wants to know, will you ask my grandma, her name is Wanda, if she has a message for her?
Listen, I'm just going to give it to you very real. She says that you're too kind. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Stay away from those bad boys. Stay away from them. You have to stop giving all of your love and attention to the wrong people. And the person that you're with now, it's a stepping stone. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. She says, I didn't raise you to take, I can't say that on TV, or not TV, but I didn't raise you to take, crap. She didn't say that though. From people. She's not mad at you. She loves you. She wants the best for you, but you're being way too kind to other people, and you have to start putting yourself first, is her message to you.
Oh, you're very well. I appreciate you being here, Just Justin and everybody else. Morgan wants to know, is my son Matthew okay?
I'm so sorry for your loss. Let's see here. He's with an older fella with glasses. I don't know. He's definitely with an older fellow with glasses in the spirit realm. This man is like, I feel like it's an ancestor. I feel like it's on your dad's side of the family because it's just a lot of energy. It's an older man on your dad's side of the family. So either an uncle or a grandfather. I don't feel like it's a father. But yes, he's okay. He is okay. He's being guided. He's reacclimating. Why would you say he's reacclimate? Did he recently transition?
Yeah, I think Morgan is. Did he recently pass? Yeah, we're getting a lot of confirmation from people. Again, she doesn't know these people, so
He had to have passed within a year or two, something like that, because he's reacclimating himself to being weightless. There's no more gravity. And we are Earth. We are bound to gravity by Earth. You know what I mean? Like we have weight, and he is spirit. He's in spirit and reacclimating to being weightless.
Fair enough. Okay, so we have Frances Marie, 73. Am I being influenced by God or angels?
I love this one. Francis is my grandma's name. There's a lot of Raphael, Archangel Raphael energy with you, Francis. And you have to also remember October 4th is St. Francis Day, too. It's the Feast of St. Francis. We're walking into the Feast of St. Michael at the end of September. I do feel a lot of Archangel energy around you. I feel a lot of ancestral energy around you, too. Who's Betty to you? I heard the name Betty. It's somebody on your mom's side. No, it's mom. I hear mom. It's somebody on mom's side. Yes, you're doing a great job. Just keep going with helping everybody that you're helping. But this is just me. This is not being psychic right now. Even though you're helping everybody, you always have to take 2 or 3 days to help you and self-care and put yourself first too, or else your batteries are going to run out and you're not going to be able to help anybody anymore.
Okay. Let's see. Anne Maria said, does my dad, Robert Camper Bob, I guess what he went to buy, have a message for me? A lot of family issues going on.
Something about your brother, Anna Marie, right?
Anne Marie, yeah. Does my
Okay.
dad, Robert, let's see, it says there it is. So does my dad, Robert Camper Bob, I guess that's what he went by, have a message for me?
Yeah, it's something about, I think you have a brother, or maybe it's got to be a brother or something like that. It's not a spouse. It's not romantic. The conflict, just ignore. You have to step back and ignore that. That's honest to God. He's saying, just step back. Don't let it roll off. Don't feed into that drama. Don't feed into the negativity. Don't feed in. Is this Appalachia? Are you in Appalachia? Where's he from? Appalachia? Who's from Appalachia with you?
I don't know who was asked. I can't remember who asked that question.
Maybe she'll write it and we'll see it later.
Okay. Yeah, again, folks, for those of you who are wanting a specific, you have to say the person's name that you're trying to reach and a specific question. So if you just say, my dad, is he okay? You got to have a name. So that's what we've said quite a few times. So, okay, Teresa Wigmore is asking, is my dad at peace? Robert John Miglin, maybe?
Yes, and I feel that he was comforted with everybody that was with him at the end too. That it was a peace here and now peace peace in I'm old school, peace in heaven. That's where he is.
Folks, let me just say this. Look, and I'm going to say this, and hopefully, guys, listen to me very carefully. If your loved one was a good person, and they love people, they try to show as much compassion to people as possible. Yeah, no one's perfect. They believed in God. Then be at peace, knowing that your loved ones are at peace. You just be at peace with that. Now, there's so many people. I would imagine you're dealing with this, but the grief.
Oh, lots of grief. Ever since COVID, there's so much more grief.
Oh, okay. Richie Lewis, I think Louise, says, my son Jeremy, was he trying to tell me when he had all those tubes in him, I couldn't understand him. What was he trying to tell me? Oh, I see. When he had all those tubes in, what's there? That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I just feel very, very, very strongly that he was uncomfortable with them. He didn't want them. He didn't want you to leave him. He didn't want to be alone, because you had to leave sometimes, but he just didn't want to be alone. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to go and be in his own room, his own home, his own environment, his sanctuary where he was comfortable. But I don't feel like he was in head to toe pain. But I really do feel like he had some discomfort that he was trying to express to you, and he just couldn't do it. And I just want to keep grabbing at my face. And I feel like that, I really feel like that's what he was trying to convey.
And is he at peace now?
Yes.
And does he have any animosity towards the father?
No, all is forgiven. No, all is forgiven. When we elevate, when we leave this earth, we do see projections of what we did wrong, what we didn't do. We still hold on to those emotions in physical pain sometimes, but when we are in the light of God, it's like a comforting blanket where everything, we've already faced ourselves, we've already judged ourselves, we've already been judged, and there's no more judgment, and that is him being at peace. So he does not hold any grudges to this father. He doesn't. None.
And folks, for those of you asking, yeah, we have sub chat only on TikTok, but we're taking questions from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, KGRDB Radio, people who are not subscribing at all. So we're going back and forth because we run the show on 2 different computers. So we're going here and we're going here. We're going there. We're going there. We have sub chat only on for TikTok because of all the trolls. So that's why we are. But yeah, we're going back and forth, everybody. So we're not going to do this for that much longer. But I will ask you: would you ever be interested in coming on the show on a Friday night, doing readings for the hour for people? A quick, nothing.
Speed read?
Yeah, a speed read. Would you ever be interested in something like that?
Sure. Will you be there?
Well, I'll be in the studio then at that time. But yeah, we'll call you. It'll be on the phone.
Okay.
So it'll strictly be audio.
I would love to.
There we go, folks. Well, that's nice. That's very cool. That's very cool. We'll do what you want to do. A few more.
Yeah, a couple more.
A couple more.
Pizza.
Yeah, she wants to eat. Well, listen. You can go get your pizza and eat and still chill out here. I don't know. You just have a good time.
Would kick my butt if I was eating in front of company.
All right, that's okay. That's all right. Okay, so we'll do this. My best friend Shonda, who passed away, does she come around her?
What was her first name?
Her first name is Meg.
Meg D. My best friend Shonda, who passed. Oh, yes, of course, especially in the car. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, and yes, and you have a child. You have a little boy, I think. It looks like a little boy, but they're still little. Unless you had the little boy before she transitioned. That's a memory maybe from her. But yes, she's around you when you're having fun. She's around you when you're sad, but especially when you're tuned up into the music when you're driving. That was the best time, she says.
Okay, there we go. So we'll do a couple more here on TikTok. Eddie's asking, is my dad Oscar okay?
He's in your kitchen, honey. He's okay. First of all, he's okay, but he's with you too. Because I just keep seeing a coffee pot on the counter, and then the table and chairs is like right here. He's with you in your home. But you have to remember, he's not going to scare you. He's not going to take your energy. He's just making sure everything's okay. That's what he's doing. He's peeking in on you.
Very good. Okay, let's Jack's Paranormal. Hi, can you ask if she has a message from my wife? Is this Jax? Is that from you?
Is this the note that they left?
No. This is Cap's Paranormal.
Okay.
Jax, are you asking? There's a question from Jax. He's a moderator. Hi, can you ask if she has a message from my wife, Sammy? Jax, are you asking that? So just let me know, Jax, if you are, as quickly as you can. Not for me. Who is it for? Okay, while you're doing that, Christy, my son Nathan, any messages from him, please?
Yeah, but Lisa, your mom's fine now. I saw that and tuned into that. Christy, Nathan, he's on the in-between. He is. He doesn't want to leave you and family and a medium-sized dog. He doesn't want, like, he's still holding on to that, but he's okay. I think it's just the beginning of his transition to, to leaving Earth completely. I don't feel that he's in purgatory or anything like, don't think that. Please don't think that. But no, it's just like he's got that very strong bond with you and your family and the dog. Okay. There's the dog there too. So he'll be moving on. He will, but he's still going to send you signs and messages. He will. Don't worry.
And so James is asking if you can ask if you have a message from his wife, I guess Sammy or Samie or Samie. Sammy?
His name's James and her name's Sammy. Well, the first thing that I see is I just see flowers on a casket, the roses on the casket, the pink carnations on the casket. I see that. I'm not sure if that's her though, but that's the first vision that I have. And dancing, she wants to, being on the ocean and at that restaurant. It's some type of a restaurant on the ocean front, and then how you went out dancing. I think she's reflecting on good times and memories that she wants you to cherish with the dancing and the restaurant and the ocean. But the casket, gosh, I wish we could get confirmation if it was a casket.
Yeah, can we? So I don't know, James. Jack's Paranormal. I don't know. You put it in there. Can you let me know? Can James verify this about the casket? And what is while we're doing this, what is your TikTok username again?
Oh, Paracat. PARACAT 999. I like paranormal, kitty cats, and juice WOP.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Oh, you'll PM. Yeah. We probably won't have enough time to have PMing and all that stuff. So, because she's going to wrap things up here pretty soon, because we weren't officially going to do this, but she decided to do it anyway. So, for those of you who would like to know her TikTok name, it's Paracat, PARACAT 999. And so this is the last one, guys. Look, folks, please understand, this wasn't really even scheduled. So we appreciate her willing to do this. But what Jane wants to know, my mom, Claire, a message for Jane.
The first thing I hear is, I'll be home for the holidays. I swear to God, that's what I just heard. I'll be home for the holidays. So I feel like when you're sad over the holidays, honestly, she's going to be right there to uplift you, and it's going to be a good season for you. It really is.
There we go. So, folks, again, listen, guys, we're going to stop here. We appreciate. I know some of you are upset because we couldn't get to you, but honestly, it was just scrolling. We have so many people, and it just scrolls so fast. We just can't keep up. We just cannot. So, if you want to follow Kristen on TikTok, it's Paracat 999, and we also, of course, Willie Windwalker Gibson. We have him on the show as well, and he does readings for us. So I think it would be great to have you on, one time, and Willie on the next time, because people love the readings. And look, whether or not you believe in it or fight, that's your choice. But I choose to accept the fact that there are people who are legitimately gifted, and I'm not going to attack people or say they're evil, because this is what you believe, and that you're entitled to that.
Right.
So do you have any other thoughts, any closing thoughts that you want to, because I know this pizza's there and you're hungry and you want to grab and tear it up. Any other thoughts that you want to pass along to let people know about Waverly or yourself? Well, not Waverly. Good God, Bellaire.
I
My
love
brain.
Waverly too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would like to come to the Bellaire House, just go to BellaireHouseTours.com and you can message Daniel. My husband, Daniel, is in operations of Bellaire House. And if you have a private team or if you want to do an event, we'll host you. You're more than welcome to come. We're very laid back people. We believe in honorability and being humble when you come in. And we believe that, you know, when you come in, you're going to come in with a kind heart. Hopefully you don't leave too scared. But anybody that does anything sketchy in here, just know you're dealing with the Bellaire House, and there are ramifications, not from me, but from what's in this house. So be cautious.
That's very, very well said. Thank you very much for your willingness to chat. Does anybody
Thank
else
you.
want to come on and talk about their experience with the Bellaire?
Yeah. Oh, you should talk about. Yeah.
All right, well, step on up. Step on up.
She's an attorney.
We have an attorney in the house, everybody, so I'm going to be on my best behavior. I'm innocent of all charges. I plead innocent. I did not scare that ghost.
I didn't steal the gems from the ghost upstairs.
No.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
I
you,
hope
Kristen.
all of
Thank
you
you
have a
very much.
wonderful weekend. Many blessings to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to have another guest jump in with us, and yeah, come on in. Come on in.
I was not anticipating being on camera.
It's all good.
I'm rocking the 8-hour long ride chic right now.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from the Hudson Valley.
She's from New York, so be nice, everybody. She's from New York. They don't play around New York.
No.
So, okay, tell everybody your name if you don't mind.
So my name is Ari Spence. I like to joke that I'm the lawyer formerly known as Ariana T. Soto. Just for full disclosure, I'm not a licensed attorney. I was what they called a baby lawyer. So I did all the same stuff a regular attorney would do, but just under a licensed attorney supervision because I worked the entirety of my law school career. So I was in there with the big dogs. I just needed that, fancy signature saying she's good to go. Like,
Is it like a physician assistant rather than a physician?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. They were giving me, I was very lucky during my time there that I was given very practical hands-on experience.
Or practitioner, I should say, a nurse practitioner versus, yeah. Okay, so you have a legal background.
I do.
What on earth is someone who is in the legal field? Why are you here at the Bellaire House?
I got involved in the paranormal not too long after I decided to change careers. When I was working in law, one of the areas that I focused on was police brutality against emotionally disturbed individuals. So there is a phenomenon known as excited delirium. I don't particularly like that term, and there's lots of research out there as to why that's not the best term to utilize when dealing with these scenarios. But what would happen is people would display extra human strength, abilities, things that would very readily be labeled as demonic. So that started piquing my interest in saying, hey, maybe there is a connection here, and it doesn't have to be a battle between science versus spirituality, that maybe there are things that neuroscience doesn't explain yet.
Sure.
And as I've continued to do my research, I've discovered that this is the case. And even neuropsychologists are struggling, or I shouldn't say struggling, that's not the correct word, wrestling with concepts of blanket diagnoses of schizophrenia and auditory hallucinations, because they're starting to realize that there's multiple components to it.
Right.
Especially too, one noted phenomenon is people who have these AFE, these auditory hallucinations, they can treat the voices. So the voices will go away, but the patients will still report the presence of the voice.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. So you say you switched careers.
Yes.
So what are you doing now?
So now I teach at St. Thomas Aquinas College in Spark Hill, New York. That is my alum. That is my undergrad. And I also am assistant creative director for Grimm Studios. It's an immersive theatrical company from Connecticut. I'm working with Joey Marsacci, a former Disney Imagineer and Universal engineer. We create immersive events that instead of watching something on TV or going to a Broadway show where there's that separation between you and the stage, you're walking into a completely new environment.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. So you changed careers for that.
Yeah.
But now you're here at the Bellaire House.
Yes.
So what is it about the Bellaire House that attracted you and made you want to show up?
Well, Kristen was very kind and she invited me. I'm the new kid on the block.
Okay.
I submitted an abstract
You're more than
to.
welcome to have one if you want one.
Oh, thank you very much. Ricola. I love Ricola.
Yeah. Thank you, Judy Ann. Yeah.
So I met Kristen when we were doing the paranormal research symposium in Gettysburg. I had submitted an abstract regarding the intersection of neuropsychology, alleged demonic possession, and popular media. That's going to be what I'm speaking about on Sunday at the
Wow.
Paracon. And Kristen was impressed with my work, and she extended the invite for me to come out because I've never been to Bellaire before. And when opportunity knocks, you say yes, and you figure out the rest from there. So I'm very lucky that Kristen extended such kindness to me, and I'm excited to investigate and learn more about the history of the house, the area, and see if any friends from the other side would wish to get to know me too.
So this is the first time that you've been here?
Yes.
Have you investigated yet?
We did a little bit of an investigation down in the basement.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm always very hesitant to right off the bat say this is malicious, this is demonic, because I like to keep an open mind when it comes to it, just because I know a lot of times, even when you're dealing with living persons or, physical bodied people, that trauma can come across as maliciousness.
Right.
And anger and fear can embody those same characteristics. So I kind of go in with the open mind of, okay, maybe this thing has been hurt by something who is similar to me or looks like me or talks like me. So it's not so much, I'm just very curious to see what's here and what's willing to communicate and how they want to communicate.
So did you get anything? Did you experience anything?
We got some pretty relevant responses. I would like to go back. I'm so sorry, I forgot my co-investigator's name. Can you be so... Sherry and Allison, thank you so much. I'm very sorry. We just met a few hours ago, but we got some very relevant responses to... and some various apps, which I know is always a hot topic debate, but things seem pretty on the nose in relation to what we were talking about. Like we were talking about filming and they would say things like camera and video. We got names coming through, and it's definitely, there's going to be a lot of information to go back once we're removed from the situation and take a closer look at.
So for those of you just joining us, so I'm Bishop Long. We're at the Bellaire House live. We just had a conversation with Kristen, the owner of the Bellaire House. And now, again, say your name?
Ari Spence.
Ari Spence. And of course, now Ari has a history in the legal field. So obviously very analytical, logical. Would you say, based on your experience so far, that you've been certainly in the basement and you've walked around the house, do you get a feeling that there's something malevolent in this home, or do you think that that will come with investigation?
I think that will definitely come with investigation. What I can say is that by standards of the philosophy that I operate under, which I call legally haunted, it's based on a case holding from New York called Stambosky v. Ackley, which established a house in Nyack, New York as being quote unquote legally haunted because it's substantial history and reputation for being haunted. So saying that even if these entities don't exist in actuality per se, we have made them exist in our reality by nature of discussing their stories and propagating
but
it.
isn't that false perception then? That if we perceive that something is there and it's not actually logical or there, does that necessarily make it reality or just a false perception?
So the way I look at it is there's a difference between actuality and reality. So for something to exist in actuality, it means that it's tangible. It can be proven. Like this microphone actually exists, right?
Sure.
Like we can speak into it, we can touch it, we can perceive it in multiple ways. But if we were to take this microphone away, right, but we had remembrance of it and we would tell stories about this microphone, it still exists in reality, despite not being here in actuality. So the way that I view, for lack of a better term, ghost story is that even if at bare minimum the entities don't exist, the stories do, and they reflect who we are as a society and as a culture. So I'm I don't want to say that I'm not interested in proving the existence, because I have an intellectual curiosity about it. I want to know if there are ways we can explain the previously unexplainable. But in my mind, my focus is more on what these stories reflect on us as almost an objective third party, as mirrors in which to view how we interact with each other, interact with our history, and interact with our culture.
Are you staying the night here?
Yes.
Are you concerned about that?
Admittedly, a little bit.
Yeah.
I am previously a adamant scaredy cat.
Okay.
It wasn't until law school that I even really got into any of the paranormal, any of the horror stuff like that. So I still get those butterflies.
So you're staying at a location where the owner left the house. It's been on documentaries. It's been on shows of a malevolent being here, and you're staying the night.
Yep.
I have, you know what, we have to connect, because we'll see each other, of course, on the this weekend at the conference. I have to ask you. So tomorrow I'm going to ask you. I'll be on TikTok. By the way, I'm going to be on TikTok. I won't be on Facebook, YouTube, or KGRDB radio or any of that stuff tomorrow, because I have this big ass Mac here and I can't lug it around. But I will have my iPhone with me. So I'm going to ask you tomorrow, when we go live on TikTok, I'm going to ask you if you had any type of experience. Are you afraid at all? Are you concerned at all?
So I want to be very careful with my wording.
You're such an attorney, such a legal. see what I mean? You can tell already.
I have my apprehensions, just because, like I said, I come from a background where I was an admitted scaredy cat. I was very much previously afraid.
Okay.
But now the way that I look at it is, even if it is malevolent, it could also, I don't want to say leave open the opportunity that it's misunderstood, but if I go in with an inherent fear in it, if it is indeed malevolent, that's just going to fuel it.
Yeah.
But even if I go in with the mindset of saying maybe it's misunderstood, that undercuts the fear. So I can look at it and say, I feel bad for you. I feel sorry for you, but I am not afraid of you. And that puts up that very important power boundary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's simultaneously acknowledging the very real sensory perception that I'm having, right? Like, things are dark, things are creepy. Like, that is what we're trained to be afraid of by evolutionary standards.
Do you believe in demons? When you're talking to an exorcist.
I do believe in demons.
But the hesitation.
Because I'm an attorney, there's always clarifiers. there's
So
always a clarifier.
So let's clarify. Let's understand the clarification.
So I believe that there are demons as defined by Catholic catechism, but I also am curious to understand demons outside of my own background is Catholic. I went literally pre-K through college, and even my law school was in a former convent. So I'm very familiar with Catholicism, but I'm very curious outside of that realm, and also into the concept of different classifications, like the difference between what we call demon and the classical tradition of a daemon, which was just broadly a spirit that was outside of our realm. So my curiosity is in parsing out what has been lost to legend and what can be reclassified to get a broader understanding of things that either exist in actuality or have just been altered and changed throughout our telling.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, we're going to have to find out, folks. So you'll have to tune in. You have to make sure you go to the TikTok. Now, do you have a TikTok?
I do. I don't utilize it as much as I should.
That's okay. So where can people find you on social media then? Where's the best place?
So my TikTok is legally_punk. That's also one of my Instagrams.
Legally underscore
punk.
Punked. There you go, folks. Legally underscore punked.
Punk.
Okay. Punk.
Like
P-U-N-K.
one singular punk.
Legally
That's
underscore legally underscore punk. There
and that will connect to all my social medias. My Legally Haunted, which focuses on part of the event stuff, most of my paranormal research, and then also my pet project, which I very much would love to. I'm getting to a point where I can dedicate more time and resources to it, called Tomb Tales, which I just go to random cemeteries and I look at interesting tombstones. And if I figure, hey, if this tombstone of this person I don't know caught my attention, there's probably an interesting story behind it.
Right.
And most times I end up researching the person, and sure enough, there is a history. Sometimes it's a short history, sometimes it's a very long history. And that's what that account is dedicated to. So I'm hoping that
Very cool.
now I'm kind of doing more of the academic stuff again, that I'm going to be able to dedicate more time and resources to doing all the research that's required for that kind of project.
All right. Well, I appreciate your willingness to jump on. And
I appreciate you having me.
And I look forward to having you on and in the future, perhaps, and talking to you this weekend about that.
Sounds
So
good.
thank you.
Thank you, Father. Appreciate it.
Okay. So I think, are you, anybody else? No. People say, no. That's pretty cool. So again, let me just explain a couple things, because a lot of people are asking about, and we talked about this earlier when I had Kristen on regarding the psychic mediumship, because a lot of people will immediately start, because I think, obviously there's a misinterpretation and a not understanding fully of Scripture and why Scripture talks about psychic mediumship and people saying it's evil and it's evil. So let's talk a little bit about that, because I do want to discuss that, because I think it's important. So let me just explain. It's funny when I tell people that I have friends who are psychics and mediums, and because there's nothing in Scripture that actually condemns true mediumship. Now, but look, I received a lot of messages from people saying that, Bishop Long, I've always had great respect for you, blah, blah, blah. You help the poor, blah, blah, blah. But I'm so disappointed in you because I heard you on radio or online, and you said you support psychic mediums. And you believe that the gift is truly gifted. They're gifted psychics, and that you know that they're doing the work of God. And then people say, how is this possible, considering that the Bible makes it clear that visiting psychics and mediums are evil and that it is doing the work of the devil? And then, of course, I received another email from a clergy member, and his letter was rather direct. Said, Bishop Long, we're clergy, and if you're going to put on the collar, then you need to speak God's words and not yours. So let me speak to you of my words. People say, and of course it continues, Bishop Long, going to psychic mediums is a direct violation of God's law, and those pretend to be psychics know very well that they are scamming people and that they know that they cannot speak to the dead. They do it so they can be known, have clients, and make a buck, period. And finally, I received a message that read, Bishop Long, so you support psychics, really? Tell me one psychic that's been able to tell you the lottery numbers. After all, if they help win the lottery, then you can feed a lot of people, et cetera, et cetera. And Bishop Long, give many psychics tell you, it goes on and on and on. Now, Leviticus 19, verse 31, do not turn to mediums or spiritualists, do not seek them out to be defiled by them. Leviticus 20, verse 6, as for the person who turns to mediums and spiritualists to play the harlot after them, I will set my face against that person and will cut them off from his people. Leviticus 20, verse 27, now a man or woman who was a medium or spiritist be put to death. They shall be stoned. Deuteronomy 18, verse 10 through 11, there shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son pass through the fire, one who uses divination, one who practices witchcraft, interprets omens, a sorcerer. Do you know why it said that? Do you know why? See, this is why people take it out of context. Deuteronomy 18. There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son pass through the fire, one who uses divination, who practices witchcraft, interprets omens. You can't take Scripture out of context, because what was happening is the culture who had believed in multiple gods actually sacrificed their first child to Baal, to a demon. That's why it says you shall not be anyone who makes his son pass through the fire, because this group of people that was intermingling with the Israelite, with the Jewish people, they were sacrificing their children to a false god. And then it says, or one who uses divination or practices witchcraft, because it continues to talk about what these people were doing. It drives me crazy that people take Scripture out of context to judge a group of people. I've already explained prior to having Kristen on and talking about my support of people who are psychic mediums. What people were doing is they had multiple gods. They were introducing polytheism into a monotheistic community. And they had intermediaries. So they had 10 gods. And if one of your loved ones passed away, you were required to go to the intermediary. You were to give them 10 shekels per god. Because if you did not, that particular god would raise your loved one up. That's necromancy. Because we can't raise anyone up. We're not God. And it would torture your loved one into the afterlife. So then you have a loved one who passed away a month later. You go to the same intermediary, and then the person would say, oh, no, now it's 20 shekels for each god. It was a scam. This is why it was talking about this. This is what Deuteronomy 18 is about. And again, I learned this when I was in graduate school in the Roman Catholic Seminary. So it's so important to understand that the terminology that they knew then is not the same terminology as we know now. It certainly is not. So you can't take scripture out of context. And this is what happens. And by the way, let's not forget. Have you ever read a book called 1 Samuel? 1 Samuel chapter 28, verses 6 through 5. You know what happened in that, everybody? And when Saul inquired of the Lord did not answer him, either by dreams or by Urim or by false prophets. Then Saul said to his servants, seek out for me a woman who is a medium, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a medium at Endor. So that light's about to fall there. So Paul disguised himself and put on the garments and went, and he and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night and said, divine for me by a spirit, and for me whomever I shall name to you. And the woman said to him, surely you know that Saul is done. Now he has cut off the mediums and necromancers from the land, because she was from a different culture, a different tribe. Why then are you laying a trap for my life to bring about my death? But Saul swore to her and the Lord, as the Lord lives, no punishment shall come upon you for this thing. So there we go. Folks, read it. It's in scripture. Saul inquired of the Lord. And so again, but I can go on and on and on. Folks, that's not what this is about. That's not what this presentation is about. And but I'm going to do a presentation one time again, another presentation on psychic mediumship, and because I think it's important. And there's a lot of people who I think misinterpret scripture. But remember, this the same family. I'm going to remind you. When I was a chaplain at the police department, the same family that was very much against mediumships, mediums and psychics, it's the work of the devil. But once that medium was able to tell their family where they were to find their loved ones within 5 feet, their everything changed. Their whole attitude towards psychic mediums completely changed. So you just have to understand, folks, you can't be like that. You can't be attacking a group of people because you don't understand them. And then when it benefits you, then it's okay. And that's what a lot of people are. So I just, to me, I find that sad, because so many people want to type. And again, there are many people out there who are psychic mediums who are fake. Plain and simple, they are fake. So I'm not here to try to defend every psychic medium out there. I'm not. But I am telling you, there are people who are genuinely gifted. And I don't think they should be attacked, harassed, threatened, or called names because you don't understand. If you don't like a psychic medium, move on. It's very simple. Move on. But I have friends that are psychic mediums. Kristen is one of them. Willie Wynn Walker Gibson is another. I'm friends with Chip Coffey, and I care about them. I am absolutely confident they are gifted. And people say, well, it's a demon. It's a demon. Demons do not give you peace of mind. Demons take your peace of mind. So please understand. Please understand. Good. Caps Paranormal is putting on here. Caps Paranormal sent me something that you guys. I got the note, by the way. Caps Paranormal says we knew quite a lot about the house coming in, but had never heard anything about a ghost cat. I was surprised that others had also seen this kitty before. Let me just explain this. I am absolutely convinced. I am convinced 100% that our animals will absolutely be in heaven. Scripture talks of animals in heaven. So there is no question in my mind, none whatsoever, that our animals will be in heaven with us. No doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts. So as a matter of fact, I have my two little fur babies passed away. And I've talked about this before. Fuzzy, he was a schnauzer. And he would always do this routine. He would jump on the couch because I was just living there, but they own the house. They own the house. They're in heaven now. But Fuzzy would always do this routine, this ritual 3 times: twirl, 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 plop. And when I was there in the house the other day, I felt this Fuzzy going twirl, 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 plop. And that's what he would do. He just fall right there on the pillow. So I'm telling you 100%. Yeah, it's right. Yeah. And Jacob's son, Joseph, he had visions and dreams. He was a seer. So I think we have to, I'm going to do more presentations on psychic mediums. And I am going to, because I think psychic mediums who are truly gifted, from my own personal opinion, I think they need more clergy who are willing to stand up, who have a strong backbone, who really don't care what the haters have to say, and say, look, yeah, I do. I absolutely support people who are genuinely gifted, and I make no apologies for it. And if people have a problem with it, then go speak to your therapist, because I'm not in session. And that's just how I feel. So there we go. And of course, Kristen said that she would be willing to come on and do some readings for us. So if you want to participate in that, we'd love to have you. And I'll let you know when we're going to do that. We'll do it soon. And of course, Willie Windwalker Gibson, he'll be doing some readings in the future. Look, that's what we try to do. We try to make sure that everybody has a peace of mind. A little Cujo over there. I'm sorry, I got to name him Cujo. He just looking. He walked right in, looked at Kristen like, I'm ready for my walk. And he just had that look. He looked right at her and said, it's time. So see, they train us. We think we train our fur babies. No. It's actually they are the ones training us. That's a true statement. Okay, so for those of you on Spreaker, I'm going to have to say goodnight to you guys. Folks, I'm going to remind everybody, I'm going to be here tomorrow night. We have an open mic night. I will be in the hotel room. So I will be on air tomorrow night for our open mic. Miss Judy Ann is going to be there. Miss Wilma is going to be there. We're going to tell jokes. We have a goof off. But folks, listen. So for the first half hour, we just goof off. We make fun of each other. We have fun. So from 8 to 8:30, they're not picking on me. A lot of people got really mad at them last week because, they thought they were being serious. They're not being disrespectful. This is a part of the show. So from 8 to 8:30, we just have a good time. We tell jokes. We goof off. We might go till 9 o'clock. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll have, I'll do a lot of my, the demonology and I have so many articles that I did not get to today. Now, so there we go. So I'm going to log off a little earlier tonight because I have to break everything down and then I have to rush as quickly as I can to the hotel because I have night prayer coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I only have until 9:45 to get to the hotel, break everything down and get there. So I don't have a lot of time. So I'm sure you guys understand that. So Mr. Producer, heads up, I'm getting ready to wrap the show up. So just be aware of that. So anyway, there we go. I'll show you guys the picture of TikTok. I'll show you guys because I can lift that up a little bit better than I can this. Well, let me just show you. Hold on one second. Someone's asking about this. Yeah, I can't do it because if I do it, because there's wires everywhere, it'll mess everything up. I'll show you guys after that. Okay. So there we go. Okay, my friends, they're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, KGRADB Radio, and Rumble. Remember, my friends, people. I'm going to tell you this. I love this. I end the quotes with many times, but one thing I like is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. But I also tell you, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. You're priceless, and don't let anybody tell you or convince you otherwise. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, KGRADB Radio, and Rumble. Good night. The Sacred Division has been brought to you by Bishop Long's online paranormal course. Learn demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy. It's 100% online, and you learn at your own pace. Please go to www.bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal course link.